Thanks for letting me use your BT mic.
Oh no, you can do a stand-up with it now. You can close it off right now. There he is.
Thank you very much. We'll close off now. We're going to go next, I think, Kurt, Liz, and Scott. For me to sit between these two people, I watch them quite often in the morning, and when I even leave the house, I tape the show, watching to see when I'm going to win one of those mugs or bowls. and I got to say, we're delighted to have you do this interview for us. We were almost afraid that we weren't going to get the interview up till last night around 10 o'clock. We finally got the confirmation. It was a bit scary, but we were coming anyway. Now, Kurt, first thing, I understand you're from this area. Where do you come from originally down here?
Well, I was actually born in Botwood, and I moved around the province a bit. My dad was working for the CBC, actually, and I ended up, I started school here in Corner Brook at Fern Street School. And Corner Brook was the last place we lived in Newfoundland before we moved to Halifax. So I've been around this island a bit.
Now, Liz, you're not a native Newfoundlander.
No.
You come from that spud town, PEI.
Yes.
And I understand this is your first trip to Newfoundland?
Yes, isn't that amazing? I haven't been here before, but I'm really glad that we came.
And you've been only in, I think, since shortly after yesterday. And what have you seen and what have you enjoyed since you've been here?
Just about everything in the time we've been here. But I will say the people here are just like family. You just feel like they're like family, and everyone's so friendly and really helpful, and the scenery is incredible. I had no idea.
So have you been to the top of the mountain out here this morning? Were you out doing your breakfast television live this morning?
Well, we were live from Marble Mountain, but we didn't get to the top. We went yesterday to the top of the mountain. Boy, oh boy, when you realize you have to ski to get down, it's kind of scary. It's like, whew.
Well, we were luckier than that. We took a ride up and we took a ride back down in the cage. We didn't have skis, and boy, it was cold. Now, Kurt, who does the determining of the programming for you guys in the mornings?
Well, it's a lot of people, actually. We have a producer, and Jocelyn, our director, who's directing these shows here in Newfoundland, plus Scott, Liz, and myself. It's not a lot. It should be more. But we all tend to come up with the various ideas that happen on the program. We, of course, have regular guests that come in each week, to talk about travel, nutrition, that sort of thing. But the rest of it, I guess, we just come up with, such as this Corner Brook trip to Marble Mountain and to the Winter Carnival. Someone said, hey, we should do this, and people make it happen. I mean, it takes some work, but it all gets done, and we use all our ideas.
So if there's somebody watching this and got a great idea, who do they contact? Would they contact you, Liz?
Oh, they can call it. Any one of us would be glad to take the suggestion, and we all answer our own phones. People think it's strange when you pick up our phone and answer it, but we do. And I'll even give you the number, 902-454-3291.
Now that's my phone number,
I know.
see? That's the phone number to my desk, which means I get to answer the phone. But they'll ask for Liz.
Well, I know I called on Tuesday, and I asked to speak to you, and when the person came on the other end, I believe it was Liz. And she really made me feel at home when she said she'd do her best to make sure I got this interview.
Well, see, the more I talk on the phone, the less work I have to do, actually.
Yeah, I won't say nothing about that. Now, do you enjoy doing the show live, or would you think it would be better as a tape show?
Well, it's funny, we were talking about that. I think it's so much better live. We're sort of those type people. We're really, but Kurt has done news, so he can do both. But the spontaneity and the reactions to things, I think that's what makes the show BT.
Now, Kurt, how often do you like to get back here to Newfoundland to do a show? Once a year enough, or would you rather be back here on a more regular basis?
I could come back all the time. I wouldn't mind that at all. We've done a couple of shows. I know Scott's been to St. John's and a couple other spots. I did a show in Botwood almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. But this is the first time we all got to come over and do the whole show here, so that makes it special for us, and it's kind of nice for me because I'm from here and I consider myself a Newfoundlander, and it's nice to have everybody over here. We'd love to come back 2 or 3 times a year, and I think hopefully if things work out that will happen, especially this summer with the Cabot 500 celebrations and everything. There's so much going on that we've been dying to get here, and now we're here and we've made those contacts, and hopefully that'll continue.
And how do you go about looking for Newfoundland content to put on your show, or is it just a maritime show that you produce?
Well, that's the difficulty we run into, is because, as you know, it's expensive to get here to Newfoundland, and it's expensive to put on a show. It takes a lot of money, and luckily we've had people help out in that area, providing us with airfare and so on and so forth. But if anyone watching this or watching our show wants to get on our program and they're in the Halifax area, they can simply call us, pick up the phone. Or if they have an idea or a way for us to get over here and do a program, hey, we're open to any ideas.
Yeah, I got to go back to back a while ago. I'm wondering if you remember one morning looking at some Newfie binoculars. That was my thing, and I was hoping that was going to be a mug in the mail, but I never did get that mug.
You never got a mug? Well, before we leave Cluny, you're getting a mug. How's that?
Did you ever try out those binoculars and see exactly what you what's in them?
Yeah, and you know what? I can't see much, Cluny. I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe Liz will have to try. Anyway, Kurt, I got a presentation here I'd like to do right now. This is from our local newspaper, which is called The Nor'Wester in our area. And this is a book that was put together by Robinson Blackmore, which is their parent company.
Right.
It's one sort of celebrating the Cabot 500. It's called Set Sail.
Right.
And it's available at any of their local newspapers, and it's Falk Photos.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
I was asked to present that to you on behalf of their paper.
Well, thank you very much.
And I've got a handful of pins here. I'd like to present Liz with this is a Kings Point town pin, one for you, and I'm going to give you some for your crew that you got with you.
Good.
And make sure our good buddy Scott gets one, because we were looking forward to getting Scott today, but Scott is out doing some more promos with things like the RNC, which is very important.
I think he got arrested. I don't think he's really working. I think he's in the slammer up there. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, I hope not. Maybe we should go up and see if we could get an interview if he's in the slammer. Maybe we could bail him out.
He's willing to talk anytime.
Liz, would you like to have a final few words to say before we close this segment of our show?
Well, just that I'm very impressed with this province. The people we've met have been so hospitable to us, and Breakfast Television loves to travel. So the more we get out, it's interesting. We get to see different communities, and Newfoundland, I tell you, hospitality plus. So thank you.
Now, Kurt, I know you know all about it, but the next time you come to this area, maybe you can drop by Kings Point. We'll leave our number with you, and come by for what we call a scoff, and I'm sure you know that, the moose and...
For a scoff and maybe a scuff. How's that?
Well, the scuff we're not sure about, but the scoff we'll put together mussels, moose, caribou.
Perfect.
Everything in. Come back, and maybe one of these days you might get an invitation to do a show directly from Kings Point.
Sure thing, Cluny. You just let us know. We'll be there.
We got to come home here on the go, and I think there's an invitation to you. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for.
Thanks very much for giving us an interview.
Nice to see you. Thanks.
And I'd like to say thanks to Jocelyn. She's in the background here. She don't want to come on camera. And everybody know who Jocelyn is. And your show is quite a popular show in our area. And thanks again for doing the show.
Hey,
No
thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
Eventful day, Rob. Sit down here, Rob, and let's discuss what we've had today. What do you think of our trip over here to start off with?
A learning experience. Truly a learning experience.
It was a great experience watching some of them cameramen jump around and
They can really move.
And what do you think of Kurt and Liz now, just after us interviewing them?
Really down to earth and interested in the type of things that we're doing even back at Kings Point and Rattling Brook. They were quite enthused by our little setup, and they seemed to really be responsive to all your questions and like down to earth.
I felt a little bit nervous sitting between two of those people, but I think I did a pretty good job according to what they said. Now, they gave me an invitation to come up sometime and promised me I'd get live on air. Do you think me and you should look after maybe getting a trip up to Halifax?
Sam better check his pocketbook. I think we brought back some change, didn't we? We got a little bit of change left from our money.
Well, I think we'll have a little bit of change, but I think again, after you view what we put together for you, I think you'll say that we must have had a pretty good day. We had a trip to the top of the mountain.
That was quite the highlight, that trip over the mountain. Quite cold, but great.
And now this top it off with Liz and Kurt. It's too bad Scott was out doing an interview with RNC. Maybe we can get Scott on his next trip down.
According to the guys, he's in the lockup.
Yeah, we'll check the lockup. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to another show of our Talk to the Town, and I think this one will be a special edition. Tune in again.